Section number 2. Don't reinvent the wheel, just realign it. So for every video uploaded to my channels, I follow a very specific process. And there's no need to feel like you have writer's block and sit there with a blank screen when there's always going to be stuff that other people have already successfully done and dedicated long hours into. Thinking of video ideas, writing out an entire script, posting those videos to YouTube, and actually figuring out what video ideas work, which ones don't. All of that heavy lifting has already been done for you. So by them doing that, you're only going to be doing yourself a massive disservice by not at least looking at it for inspiration, right? And you should never directly copy someone, but not taking inspiration from other successful channels' work. It's only going to be doing you a massive disservice. And a devastating mistake that so many people make is thinking that they should try to create a video that hasn't been done before. Or assuming that, if there's too many similar videos like all these, Titanic videos, that means it's too saturated and, I can't do that. But you have to remember that saturation on YouTube is actually a good thing. Because when you're getting views from suggested videos and browse features, that means that your video's success doesn't actually come at someone else's loss. Because the more videos people upload on a particular topic, like top 10 facts about the Titanic, that means there's more videos for you to actually rank in the suggested of, right? And so like I said, if there's a ton of videos, there top 10 facts about the Titanic, there's probably 1 million videos about top 10 facts about the Titanic because it's very popular. And that shouldn't make you be afraid of creating a video like that if it has a lot of search results. And I'm not saying to, specifically go out there and create a top 10 facts about the Titanic video. This is just an example, but when there are already a bunch of versions of a video, that only means there's money to be made there, right? Competition isn't a bad thing, remember that. And never gravitate towards trying to create a unique video that's never been made before, because if it's never been made before, that means there's no money to be made there. And so before you begin planning out a viral video idea, you got to understand your niche. So if your niche has sub-niches, and what I mean by that is, let's say you're in the sports niche, which, by the way, I don't recommend getting into that. Baseball, basketball, football, right? It has a bunch of different sports all into one category. You need to decide specifically what type of content you're going to upload. And then, say you're in the gaming niche. There's multiple different video games, right? You shouldn't have a channel that's uploading all different types of games like Minecraft, Fortnite, Call of Duty, or a sports channel that's uploading basketball, baseball, soccer, football. You want to niche down as much as possible on YouTube, especially when first starting out. Another example would be the business niche. There's several sub-niches in the business niche. There's cryptocurrency, stock investing, real estate investing, business stories, like successful business people and the story of how they actually became successful. So the goal is you want to find your sub-niche. Not every niche has a sub-niche, but if it does, you want to pick a sub-niche and stick to that one sub-niche. So, for example, if you're in the business niche, you wouldn't want to be uploading videos about cryptocurrency one week and then the next uploading success stories of the top business people of all time, how Warren Buffett built his wealth. You want to stick to one thing per channel. So if you're going to do stories about successful business people, you only want to upload that. If you're going to be talking about cryptocurrency, you're only going to want to do that. And I also want to talk about evergreen, right? Because we talk about evergreen niches, meaning we're not capitalizing on the new flavor of the week about how, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's latest drama, right? We're not going to capitalize off of that. You want to be uploading videos that are going to be relevant forever. Because again, there's two types of videos on YouTube. There's short-term news and there's evergreen videos. Short-term trending news is something that's only going to have a couple week-long lifespan. For example, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend shared text messages about their affair. That would blow up while that news is trending. Or Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard was a huge trend, but after it's over, it's not going to get any views anymore. So you don't want to stick to trends. You want to upload evergreen content that's always going to be watched on YouTube. So an example of evergreen content is 10 most expensive things owned by Jeff Bezos. And that video is going to continue to be viewed as long as Jeff Bezos is relevant, which is probably going to be a long time. So how do you find video ideas? With every single channel uploading hundreds and hundreds of videos, how do you find video ideas to upload onto your channel? So the strategy that I use is what I called the 3-step video idea formula. And as the name says, there's 3 steps to it. So step number 1, you have to make sure that the video has done well for your niche. And you can determine that by looking at how many views the most popular channels in your niche average and looking at the top videos that have been uploaded in the past 3 months. You don't want to be looking at anything past 3 months. You can push it to maybe 4 or 5 months, but really anything past 3 months you don't want to actually be looking at because the interest of that video may have already died down. And so when you're looking at videos on your competitor's channel, which by the way, let's go ahead and pull one up so I can show you guys. Alright, so we're going to use this channel, Proactive Thinker, which is in the business niche. So you got to make sure of 3 things. Number 1, it has to have a human voiceover. Number 2, it's got to have edits, lots of cuts. And 3, it doesn't have to, but as a bonus, if it has music or sound effects, that's even better. Now, the reason for this is this ensures that it's a monetizable video and not some copyrighted compilation. If you come across a video and it does not have a human voiceover in it, run as far as you can. And here's why. You always have to have a human voiceover. And you should never get inspiration from any videos that don't. And the reason for that, it's actually against the YouTube Partner Program monetization policies to have a fake text-to-speech voice. And this is absolutely critical that whatever video you're taking inspiration from, it has to have a real human voiceover. It doesn't matter if it sounds like a kind of realistic fake robot voice. No, it has to be from a real human. And also, any videos that you come across that don't have a real human voiceover, they're not making the creator any money. And a lot of people will, see that and they'll be like, oh, well, Dylan, an ad popped up when I clicked on the video. Right? That doesn't actually mean that the creator is making money because by default, YouTube places ads on all videos, regardless of whether you're getting a share of the revenue or not. So even if a channel isn't monetized or even if they're not making money from it, YouTube is. Right? So just because you see an ad on a video doesn't mean that it's monetizable and that the creator is making money from it. And again, I want you to write this down because so many people, they hear me say this and then they ask me, but Dylan, I've seen this, or but Dylan. No. If it has a fake text-to-speech voice, it will not work. If it doesn't have any voice at all, it will not work. Right? I don't care what anyone tells you, what other gurus might say. It does not work and you will not make money with a fake voice, right? You have to have a real human voice on your video in order to make money from it. And so this is a little checklist that I put together for step number 1 for the 3-step video idea formula, right? So you're gonna print this off or create something similar looking in a Google Doc and you're gonna check these off. You're gonna find the most popular channels in your niche. So I've already done that. And so if you're in the business niche, you can just go ahead and search these channels up. Proactive Thinker, Economics Explained, King Luxury, Top Luxury, the B1M, and Mega Projects. Those are the main ones I'm going to be looking after here. Right? And so then you would check that off once you have all the top channels in your niche. Then on each of those channels, you're going to look at the top viewed videos within the last 3 months. Right? So let's go to Proactive Thinker here and let's scroll back to 3 months ago and let's see his top viewed videos. So in order to see the top viewed videos, you need to see what he's kind of averaging. So if you look through these, most of his videos don't even get 50,000 views. So a top viewed video for this channel would be, let's see here, so if he's averaging, not even 50,000 views, it would be this one, Why the Housing Market Hasn't Crashed Yet. It would be The Next Recession, 5 Signs. And it would be, 5 assets that are always better than cash. Let's see if we can find another one here. Right, Will the Housing Market Crash by the End of the Year? And that is it, right? So when you're looking on your competitor's channel, the more views the better, but they don't have to have over 1 million views. The 1 million view rule that I was giving you in chapter 1 for selecting a niche, that's just to make sure that the niche has high enough traffic. For actual channels though, you just want to make sure that they're significantly higher than what they usually average. So this guy, on most of the videos, he's not even bringing in 50,000 views. So, a video that has 400,000 views 3 months ago, that's pretty good. So there's a video. What we're going to do, we're going to click on this video and we're going to make sure it has a human voiceover. We're going to make sure it has edits and cuts and see if it has background music or sound effects. So let's go. Okay, boom. Has a human voiceover and we have a lot of cuts and edits. So this right here is a video that we can model for our channel. Right, and I'm going to go through a few more on every single channel so that you guys get the idea of this. So economics explained. And of course, you want to make sure if your niche has a sub niche, you only want to be looking at the top channels in the sub niche. So for example, King Luxury, they're posting videos about the world's richest kids. They're posting about lives of rich people and their houses. That's a sub niche. This channel, Economics Explained, that's also a sub niche. So I wouldn't upload the same type of content that's on this channel on a channel like this. So make sure you're aware of, if you're gonna do a sub niche and that you're not picking video ideas from 2 totally different sub niches and trying to put them onto one channel, right? But I'm gonna go through all of these channels just to show you guys the process of finding those video ideas and kind of what I look for, right? These aren't gonna be final ones that I'm definitely gonna put on the channel. Again, I'm just showing it to you as an example so you get the hang of it. So for this channel, Economics Explained, we're gonna go look at the last 3 months. So let's go to 3 months ago, which isn't that long ago. This guy doesn't upload much. You would actually be able to do every single one of these videos, probably except for this one, because this one's talking about was last week's stock market crash, and that was 3 months ago. So obviously that wouldn't be relevant today. But something like the recession we need to have, or how the economy of Japan could predict the next, I don't even know what this says, could predict the next decade, right? So you could use that one as well. You just don't want to use something that's too, this video, was last week's stock market crash. That was uploaded back in February, so obviously you wouldn't want to upload something like that. It's just important to kind of look out for those things. So let's just pick the recession we need to have, for example, and let's see what it's about.
Consumer-focused economies have followed the business cycle.
Okay, boom, right away. Has a human voiceover, has cuts and edits, so that would be one. Now we're going to look at King Luxury. So let's go to the last 3 months. Right, and so he is averaging less than 100,000 views a video. So, this one right here, the world's most expensive hotel room, the world's most luxurious yacht in the world. The world's richest president is Putin, the world's richest man, right? So there's a bunch of them on here. So we're gonna pick.
Is Vladimir Putin the richest man in the world? With the rumors going on of the next possible worldwide military conflict, World War III, you have probably heard the name Vladimir.
Right. So human voiceover, and I've already seen some edits. So that would also be one. Now we're going to look at this channel, Top Luxury. And again, I think you're starting to get the idea here, but we're just going to do a couple more so you get the hang of it. Last 3 months. Again, this person doesn't upload much, so that would bring us to these, and it would be these 2 videos right here. Most impressive mega projects and the end of mega tall skyscrapers. So we'll watch this one and see.
January 2010, the world changed forever.
Boom, right away. You can tell within the first 3 seconds most of the time. Human voiceover, and it already has edits. And on this one, I also heard a sound effect literally within the first, right? Also has sound effects. This channel, the B1M, also uploads mega projects. So if we go to the last 3 months and we look through these, right, there's a bunch with over 1 million views. We'll just do this one. Why a billionaire tried to stop this bridge.
If you've tried to buy, well, anything in the last couple of years, you've probably heard something like this.
The global supply chain isn't functioning as it normally does.
And you can't find lumber to build.
Right, so human voiceover and lots of edits. Last one we're going to go over is the channel called Mega Projects. So if we go to the last 3 months, right, see his average view count, and then let's just scan through these, find ones that really stand out in views, which would be this one right here, Russia's main battle tank. So this looks like more of a personality channel, but doesn't show his face the entire video, so it would also work, right? So edits, a human voiceover, and sound effects. So boom, that would be another one as well. So if you want to download step number 1, I hope you guys got the hang of that. You're going to need to download the chapter 3 PDF, which is available in the introduction section of this chapter. So go download that, and there's a button right there. Right, and so again, the reason that we're finding these videos from other successful channels in our niche is because what worked for them and what went viral for them also has a high likelihood of working for you. And again, you're not copying people. I hope this doesn't sound unethical to you. I do get, I have heard people tell me that in the past, but at the end of the day, I've already shown you, right? If you search up top 10 facts about the Titanic, there are literally millions of videos about that. Nobody's copying anyone, right? You're not copying anyone. You're just taking inspiration from the idea. And so we're also going to look at a few examples in the scary stories niche, because I want to give you guys as many examples as I possibly can so that you can really get an idea of how this works. So if we look at this channel, Chilling Scares, let's go to the past 3 months. And right away, I actually showed this channel before. Right away, the video that stands out is this 8 most disturbing things caught on dashcam footage. 5.6 million views. It was only uploaded a month ago, and if you look at the rest of his videos, they're only getting 100, 200,000 views. So that right there would be a good one. If we go to Mr. Nightmare, every single video on this channel within the last 3 months would be a good one. If we go to Chills and we go to the last 3 months, you can see as well almost every single video on his entire channel you could use as inspiration for your own, because they're getting a ton of views, right? And if you guys want to actually download this step number 1 template here, you can do that in the chapter 3 PDF, right? And so it's important that you follow step number 1 and you find videos to use as inspiration, because what worked for someone else's channel and what went viral for them also has a high likelihood of going viral for you as well. And so step number 2 of the 3-step video idea formula is taking notes on the structure and organization of the viral video. I'm going to use this example right here, 8 most disturbing things caught on dashcam footage. And so you're going to take notes on a few things. What do they talk about first? What is their hook, right? How do they hook you in? How do they grab your attention? Is it a top 10 list, a top 8 list, a top 5 list? What is the content? Is it videos? Is it pictures? Is it both? And take notes on everything that you like about the video and the things that you found the most interesting and important. And you're also going to take notes on the things that you didn't like. And this is where you're going to be able to improve and make your version better with better organization, better quality content, better knowledge bombs, and your own twist. And so write down exactly what the videos in here look like. Write down where they got them from. Write down the images. And you don't have to know exactly where they got the footage from, but a lot of times it'll actually say, they'll give a credit in the bottom corner. Write that down. Write down what might fit better. If they're showing this image of a fire truck, maybe you want a fire truck in the dark so it looks creepier, right? You should never reinvent the wheel when you can just recreate a better version of what's already proven to work for other channels. And so let's say you're creating a video about 5 creepiest things found in abandoned buildings. Your notes would look like this. Right, you take notes of what types of videos they have, what types of pictures they have, if they're playing scary music in the background, what order it's in. And so I have a little template created here. You can print this out if you want, but I would just recommend doing it in Google Docs. Right, it's where you should keep everything. But I know some people prefer to print everything out and write with a pen. So if you want to do that, again, you still don't need to print this out because this would waste a lot of ink. If I were you, if you must write with a pen, just draw this out on a piece of paper or take notes in Google Drive like I'm going to. So what you're going to do, open up a Google Doc and you're going to type out every single thing that we just talked about and take notes on it, right? And so I'm going to do this so that you can get an idea of how this works. So what do they talk about first? They immediately get into the first story. Right, and what is the hook? The hook, we've already passed the hook, so the hook is driving on a scary looking road in the dark with some simple text. So you're going to write that down, right? And this is depending on whatever video you're modeling. And is it a top X list? Yes, it is. It's a top 8. What kind of content? Pictures, videos, both? I don't know. We're going to have to watch it. Mainly looks like videos. So it's only videos. There are no pictures. So you would write that down. So things you like, things you found interesting. This isn't too important because, again, it doesn't really matter what you like. It's what the audience likes. But, you know, if there's some pretty obvious things, like let's say the background music is just way too loud and you can't even hear what the video's saying, that's something you could write down in things you don't like. Generally, you don't want to change something that already worked unless it's very obvious, like the example I just gave you. So things I liked. I love the intro, right? I love the video of the creepy road, so I'm going to write that down. Okay, so things I like. I like the intro, the scary road. I like the font that he's using. I like the background music. I like the entire vibe of the video, right? It's very spooky looking. Again, like the background music. The only thing that I didn't like is the intro is a little long, right? If we play this, you can see what I'm talking about. This guy doesn't actually start talking until 12 seconds into the video, so that's a little long. If we go over and look at Mr. Nightmare, which is a very large channel in this niche, we watch one of his videos, boom, right away. He gets right into the video as soon as you click on it, right? So there's no long 12-second intro, although it looks cool. It does look cool. It's just a little bit long. So that's all there is to it, guys. Step number 2, you're just taking basic notes. Really, the entire point of this is to understand what the video has in it, how it's structured and organized, and that's going to help you so much when it comes to putting together your own version. So let's jump back over into our PDFs here and check out step number 3. So step number 3 is looking through the video just to see if there's any better thumbnails. Now, we're not going to be making a thumbnail. This isn't going to be the final thumbnail, but something that I always like to do is just scan through the video. See if there's anything that might be a good thumbnail. There doesn't have to be, but if anything catches your eye, you know, like this, for example, you could use this as a thumbnail and put like a circle over this guy and show that he's getting robbed. And again, you don't have to find a thumbnail. We're just using this to get ideas for later on. So try to find something that you think looks cool, and I'll, you know, explain about thumbnails later on, but for now I would use this as a new thumbnail. Right, this would be a good one. A screenshot of this and like a circle over this guy, so it you know, people can clearly see this man is getting robbed. So that's gonna do it for this section, guys. In the next section, we're gonna be going over why some videos go viral and others don't. So look forward to seeing you there.